Three Men in a Boat, to say nothing of The Dog, published in 1889, wasn't supposed to be a funny book, you know? Jerome, the author, initially intended it as a serious travel guide about the River Thames. Thank goodness his sense of humor got the better of him. The result? A hilarious account of three friends and a dog on a boating holiday. The book was an instant success. Readers were captivated by its relatable characters and side-splitting situations. The story revolves around Jay, the narrator, presumably Jerome himself, George Harris, and, of course, Montmorency, the dog. Now, Jay is a bit of a hypochondriac, always convinced he's coming down with something dreadful. George, a man of few words, enjoys a good nap whenever possible. Then there's Harris, the self-proclaimed expert on everything from towing a boat to opening a tin can, whose plans usually end in comical disaster. Their personalities clash, their plans go awry, and their attempts at simple tasks like pitching a tent or making Irish stew become exercises in absurdity. The characters are so realistically flawed and relatable that you can't help but laugh at their antics. It's like watching a sitcom unfold on the river. The Thames isn't just a backdrop in this story, it's practically a character itself. Jerome lovingly describes its meandering course, historic towns, and picturesque countryside. He captures the tranquility of the river one moment, then in the next he throws in a sudden downpour or a near collision with a houseboat just to keep our intrepid boaters on their toes. He paints vivid pictures with his words, transporting you to a time when life moved at a slower pace. You can almost hear the gentle lapping of water against the boat and feel the warm summer breeze on your face. Ah, Montmorency. A fox terrier with a mischievous streak a mile wide. He's always getting into scrapes, chasing after cats, and generally causing mayhem. Despite his small stature, Montmorency has a grand opinion of himself and a talent for wreaking havoc. Whether he's digging up the garden or stealing sausages, he's a constant source of amusement and chaos. One of the funniest things about Montmorency is his love of fighting. He's always picking fights with dogs 10 times his size. And of course, he always comes out on top, at least in his own mind. No discussion of Three Men in a Boat would be complete without mentioning the infamous cheese story. Picture this. Our hapless heroes buy a particularly pungent piece of cheese. They spend the rest of the trip trying to get rid of it, with increasingly ridiculous results. From failed attempts at burying it to desperate attempts to give it away, the cheese becomes a running gag that never fails to elicit a chuckle. It's a testament to Jerome's comedic timing and ability to find humor in the mundane. Over a century later, Three Men in a Boat remains a beloved classic. Why? Because it's funny, it's as simple as that. The book's enduring appeal lies in its timeless humor, relatable characters, and the sheer joy it evokes in simple pleasures. It's a reminder that laughter is the best medicine, especially when shared with friends on a leisurely boat trip down a river as grand as the Thames. Jerome may not have set out to write a comic masterpiece, but he certainly succeeded in creating a book that continues to tickle funny bones generations later.